I think we're ready to roll. Olivia's definitely ready for it, right? She is, yes. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming to Olivia's senior recital. It's a privilege for me to be her. It has been a privilege for me to be her teacher the last 10 years. She came to me as an 8-year-old, and it's been fun working together. I just wanted to brag a little bit about Olivia. She is a wonderful, talented girl. Oh, lady. Lady, oh yes. And she's been just a wonderful gift to me as a teacher to have over the years. Olivia has been an excellent, talented student, very talented. I want to say she was the best sight reader I've ever had. She had such capability to sight read and learn the music so fast. I always told her. And that was her wonderful gift in addition to many other gifts. She's also the highest achieving GPA student in Chatfield High School, so she has been doing great in school with straight A's. And I'm so proud of her for putting so much work into this project. It's been lots of hours of practice. So I thank you, Olivia, for doing all the effort, making all the effort, and putting all the work. You've done wonderfully. That being said, come and get comfortable with the stage here a little bit. Yeah. So yes, Olivia here is going to be playing her first piece, Oceans, Where Feet May Fall, arranged by Youngman Yu. Many of you may recognize this song as a contemporary Christian worship song by Hillsong United. The phrase, oceans where feet may fall, refers to a place of deep, unknown challenges where one's strength and understanding are insufficient. This song uses imagery of the oceans to symbolize the many difficult situations that surface in our lives. While in the midst of these struggles, feelings of overwhelm, anxiety, and turmoil appear to take over, yet through it all, there's one hope that keeps us afloat. Throughout this arrangement, you'll hear the musical representations of this rough waters, intricately woven together with the beautiful and unending love from God. As we step out into this unknown, much like walking on water. Less nervous now?
A little bit.
Yes. First piece is always hard. Yes. Johann Sebastian Bach is one of the most influential composers of the Baroque period of 1600s. The German composer was the father of 20 kids, and 2 of which became famous composers as well. He was a master in polyphonic music and counterpoint, a musical technique where 2 or more melodic lines are combined to create a rich and complex texture. The first movement of Bach's Italian concerto in F major exemplifies his mastery by combining a full, almost orchestral sound with a delicate solo in the Italian manner of his time, while also contrasting dynamic markings throughout the piece. You'll hear these sudden changes where the left hand provides the orchestral background for the right hand melodies, ornamented with subtle ornamentations like trills and mordents, which are very characteristics of Baroque era. Here is Italian concerto. Ludwig van Beethoven was a German composer, although he spent most of his life in Vienna, Austria. Beethoven was extremely temperamental, often having major outbursts when things did not go his way. This characteristic can be observed in the sudden and dramatic dynamic changes within his compositions. He composed 32 piano sonatas from 1795 to 1822, which reflect his human spirit, will, and emotion. You can observe much thinner texture in this piece than that of Bach's Italian concerto, with the melody in one hand and the accompaniment in the other. Beethoven's Sonata Pathétique, Opus 13, is a landmark piece, known for its dramatic slow opening in the first movement that transitions into a captivating allegro tempo. Pay close attention to the several changes in tempo throughout the piece and its character. The next piece, Rondo Capriccioso in E major, is one of Olivia's favorites, with a beautiful opening to a captivating presto section. This piece is extremely fun to play. Felix Mendelssohn was a young music composer who at the age of 12 wrote 2 operas, some symphonies, and other piano works. He was fascinated with Bach's counterpoint early on and later drew on the influence of Beethoven. The dramatic gestures of these influences have become noticeable in his compositions. Increasingly enough, Rondo Capriccioso was composed in reversed order. It was originally created as an etude in 1828. An etude is simply a finger exercise. So it first was an etude. Then 2 years later, Mendelssohn reworked the piece by adding the song-like expressive andante introduction. In the 19th century, it was one of the 2 most famous piano solo pieces of the composer. As you listen to this showpiece, notice the blend of both Bach and Beethoven's musical influences you heard in the last 2 pieces, as they are intricately woven together into the piece's rich emotional expression. Enjoy Rondo Capriccioso. With its flashy patterns, technical ease, and tuneful melodies, there's no doubt that Tarantella in A minor was the composition that made Albert Pieczonka famous. By the way, Pieczonka is Polish, but I think he was German. I know Polish names when I see them, so anyway, but supposedly he lived in Germany somewhere. Tarantella is a form of folk dance, usually in 6/8 time signature, which means there are 6 beats to a measure. It is said to stem from the behavior of those bitten by a tarantula. The bite is said to create a frenzied and hysterical episode of erratic dancing as the venom progresses through the bloodstream. This erratic dancing becomes progressively wilder until the victim ultimately collapses. As you listen to this exciting piece, imagine this visual as the recurrence of the main theme is embellished again and again with increasingly intense development and ultimately climaxes with a series of A harmonic minor scales and abruptly ends with 2 fortissimo chords. Enjoy Tarantella in A minor by Pieczonka. Many of you may recognize the next song in the program, A Million Dreams, from the movie The Greatest Showman. In the movie, P.T. Barnum has dreamt of a world full of possibilities and opportunities that the rest of the world has deemed impossible and foolish. As many around him doubted his dreams and ambitions, P.T. Barnum remained undeterred and embraced the label of being crazy if it is meant he could pursue his dream and build a world of his own design. It is through the lyrics and musicality of this piece that a message of bold ambition, believing in oneself, and pursuing a dream, despite the roadblocks and oppositions met along the way, is conveyed. Ultimately, these bold moves forward are creating a better and more fulfilling world, a world in which we design for ourselves. So as you listen to Olivia's next piece, let the imagery of a young adult forging his path into the world play throughout your mind along with the ending lyrics. Every night I lie in bed. The brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
All right, so for my final piece today, I'm going to be playing How Great Thou Art, and it's arranged by Mark Hayes. Over the past 4 years, as many of you know, I have been an accompanist here at the church, both during worship and for the choir, and also for soloists. And I just am so grateful for all the opportunities that I've gotten as a result of this. And yeah, so this arrangement is based off of classics, so you will hear some classical composers like Rachmaninoff, and also some jazz components in there. But this hymn speaks of future joy and hope, and it holds a central theme of love and sacrifice while also emphasizing the beauty of God's creation. So through the verses, the hymn aims to inspire awe, wonder, and a deeper appreciation for what we are given. I cannot be more thankful for all of the support I have gotten from all of you and my teacher over the past 4 years, and I felt that there was not a more fitting hymn to close out this chapter of my life. So, how great thou art.
I've told everybody I was going to be a hot mess today. I've held it together for the last month with all of our things that we've done. But so incredibly proud of you and all the hard work you put in, because I know it's not been easy throughout the 10 years, but you overcame all your challenges, and thank you to Basha for helping her through everything. And I'm going to miss the piano playing downstairs in the basement every day when you're gone, so you have to come back. All right, so we are having a little refreshment hour in the back, thanks to the choir. So please, everybody join us there. We can all congratulate Olivia. And I'm going to make her take a couple pictures before she comes to see you guys, though, okay? So thank you all.